Okay, so this is a short tutorial which will show you how to create a shape tween in Flash. Before trying this tutorial, I would recommend that you are comfortable doing frame tweens and that you're also comfortable doing motion tweens. And if you're happy with both of those, you should be fine to progress on to shape tweens. A shape tween will basically change a shape from one shape into another by gradually morphing or dissolving it from the first shape into the second shape. So this is useful to create things like the appearance of an animated mouth. We're going to do a simpler shape tween animation than that, just to show you how it works. So the first thing I'm going to do, as I've done in all my previous animations, is I'm going to add an object to my timeline. So I'm going to draw a square, and I'm just going to pop that in the middle of my page there, and as usual the circle turns black to show that that frame had content in it. Again, exactly the same principle that I've done on the previous two animations. I'm going to right click on where it says 40 on the 40th frame and fill all of those frames with the square, so you can see that that square has been copied into 40 frames. Now what I'm going to do this time is something slightly different. I'm actually going to delete the object in the 40th square. You don't have to delete it, and if you're just going to change the appearance slightly, but I'm actually going to turn this shape into something completely different. So I'm going to use the selection tool, draw around it, and then I'm going to delete it, and you can see now that the frame's empty. You may wonder what the point of copying it was if I was only going to delete it, but you will notice that I've still copied the square into frames 1 through 39 there, and we need the square to be in those frames. So I'm going to turn it from a square into a circle. So I'm going to click on the shape tool, I'm going to choose oval just for the fun of it. I'm going to change it into a blue circle, and then I'm going to draw the circle on this frame here, and then you'll notice that once again the frame is filled in so that it's black. And if I was to play the animation, not much will happen. It will be a square for 39 frames, and then it turns into a circle. But if I now right click and I create a shape tween, you can already see what's happened there. It started to morph and change. So if I drag it back to here, there you go. That's how that works. Now if you want to try something slightly different using shapes that you've created, it's very straightforward. So I'm going to revisit the blinking eye tutorial that we did before, and here you can see that this is the frame tween we did earlier. And if you remember, what I did was I changed the appearance of the object in that frame. I didn't delete it, I changed the appearance, and then I changed the appearance there again. So what I could do is I could add a shape tween into that frame there, and if I run that animation, it just makes it a little bit smoother. And let's see what happens if I put one in there. The eye closes a little bit more slowly. So you can see that's the principle of a shape tween, when all I've done is change the shape. I haven't deleted it. It moves it from that shape, and you can see what happens on a frame by frame basis. It alters it and edits it until it becomes this shape here. So the principle is exactly the same. You have a frame at the beginning, you have a frame at the end. The frame at the end shows how you want the animation to look at the finish, and between those 2 points you make sure that you've inserted a shape tween. Very important to make sure that you don't have a white circle at that end or that end, otherwise you will have a broken tween and your animation won't work. Okay. If you have any problems with this tutorial, then you could watch it back again. You may feel you want to revisit motion tweening or frame tweening if you're struggling to get this animation to work. So good luck creating shape tween. Have fun.